Yeah. We're third paragraph. The question is it enough just to believe in the unity of Hashem, or one should bring proofs and continuously secure that belief? So he says it's understood just logically, but he's citing psukim that a person should delve and should investigate and be diligent, continuously securing our position of belief. He quoted the Mishnah Pirkei Avos, as it says, "Havi shokut lumot Torah v'da ma shetof l'apikoros." You have to know what to respond to the heretic. Well, I believe. You have to be able to counter the heretic. He has his positions. No, our greatest problem is ignorance. Reb Chatzkel Abramsky, who was the head of the London Bezdin before, he was one of the most special Talmidim who came out of Volozhin, and he was a rav in a small town, and there was a time of the Haskalah movement. And we have no understanding of the battle that went on. It's similar to the secular press in Israel. They say things similar to the Pravda. Okay, they speak the truth, and they would depict state information as if it's fact, irrefutable fact. It was nonsense. It was baseless. It was lies, and it was just slander. And he would very often write things to counter the positions, to show clearly. They would write about the greatest rabbonim, who were the role models, that they were semi-retarded, and they were backward, and they were deficient, and they were ignorant, they were illiterate, and these were the followers, these were the leaders. And we're talking about people who are geniuses beyond our understanding what a genius is. And he would, so what is it? Ignorance. People don't know. What do you believe? You believe what you read. What you read in the paper. Essays. The question of who wrote the essay. It's very important. You can't read something unless you know if the person is credible. People create history, right? They make up history. Is it authentic history, or is it made up history? What is it? No, they write the Holocaust never existed. So if people read, it never existed. Well, if you can't respond to a question, ultimately the question becomes the answer. You have to be able to respond not only for others, even for yourself. You have to know what to respond to the apikoros, that heretic. You should retain it, and you should do it. It's your wisdom and your understanding in the eyes of the nations. How could they he says, admit to the loftiness of Torah, unless we're able to bring proof and evidence and logical testimony, alamitas, for the truthfulness of the Torah, and the Torah says, God promised us that we'll be able to remove the veil of foolishness from the nations. That if we ourselves are sufficiently proficient in the Torah, we'll be able to present it in a way where even nations of the world will revere it. That the honor should be clear glory to show the truthfulness of our Torah. The nations will go according to your light. This is the light unto the nations. That's where it's from. The Jew has to be the light unto the. What is light unto the nations? Doesn't mean teaching them. That we have to be fully proficient. By our being proficient, they ask us questions, we're able to respond. And as though they'll extol and revere Torah. The multitudes of nations will say, let's go and ascend to the mountain of God. When? Because they understand what we understand. But if we don't understand, unfortunately, then they what? They believe they know better. It's already been proven, been elucidated logically, text-wise, and tradition-wise. That we're obligated. It's incumbent upon us to what? To delve and investigate what we're able to what? To fathom its truth through our minds. Okay, not everybody's an expert, but you'd be able to answer at a certain level. Not everybody asks that question. You know, it's like, what about the Holocaust? I'm not qualified to answer it. Only God can answer that question. The many questions only God can answer. But at a level that we should understand, we have to understand. And a person who really wants to answer understands the things that are beyond the person's ability, beyond their understanding. I would say, why does a person have so many chambers in his heart? That's the way God created man. Why? You have to speak to God. Certain things are beyond our ability, but there's certain basic things that you should be able to respond, and you can't, then it doesn't reflect well on us. Sometimes as a child asks a parent something, a basic question, the parent can't even answer. So what does the child think? Here, my father's instructed me this and this and that, and he himself doesn't even understand it. So it's all nonsense. I always said, you know, when the Jews came to the United States and the father was a tailor, the mother was a this or a shoemaker, the father puts his kid through college, his son through college, and unfortunately, the children love their parents. There would be nothing they wouldn't do for their children. But in terms of understanding better the children, because they were educated secularly, they believed they understood better than the parents. Because what was the basis for the father? The father's Judaism, purely tradition. We don't ask questions. Wait a minute, we don't ask questions. You know, here I'm trained, I'm educated, this and that. What am I? I'm just going to just accept it, face value? It's not for them. Because, you know, they believe, you know, we're enlightened. So, you know, you're the so-called the accountant. You have your, but still, or I'm more than that. You're a doctor. I'm supposed to understand. Remember, many years ago, once went to a certain doctor, grew up. This person, his father sent him to, some of the people here know the family. So one of the brothers was sent, his father had to pay to get him into Chicago Medical School. He had to pay because there was a court on Jews. And so I once asked him a question regarding family purity and regarding fasting Yom Kippur. It's nonsense. It's backwards. You know, you shouldn't even consider it for a moment. He knew I was an observant Jew. I grew up with his family. Didn't value it. You know, he thought he was the closest thing to God, this person. You know, well, he understands better. You know, okay. That his father was an observant Jew, very observant Jew. And his father put him through medical school. His father was a very substantial businessman. But I know better, I understand better than my father. So therefore, this is something which he would not even consider. Okay.